passionate about the environment. And I really want to make change.
The government has been sleeping on climate change.
We need a revolution! In the future, we're going to be adults. And I don't want to pass this on to the next generation.
Thousands taking to the streets in Glasgow Friday for a youth march during the ongoing COP26 conference. High-profile climate activists like Greta Thunberg criticizing the talks as greenwashing.
To stay below the targets set in the Paris Agreement and thereby minimizing the risks of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control, we need immediate, drastic, annual emission cuts unlike anything the world has ever seen. We will have to fundamentally change our society. And this is the uncomfortable result of our leaders' repeated failure to address this crisis.
While activists and heads of state from around the world gather for COP26, with big headlines coming out on a daily basis about promises and stats, the very real impact of the climate crisis is being felt more than 9,000 kilometers away from Glasgow by some of the poorest people on the planet in Madagascar, a nation the United Nations says is facing the first climate change famine. No rain in years has left more than 1 million people experiencing severe hunger in Madagascar. And the UN's World Food Program warns the catastrophic situation is expected to worsen in the months ahead.
These people have not contributed to climate change, but they're paying probably the highest price.
All of Africa is responsible for just 3% of global emissions. And temperatures in southern Africa are rising at double the global rate, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. In the morning, we have just water and sugar, this man explains. For lunch, crushed dry corn. And in the evening, we sometimes don't have anything. He says he can go for days without eating. This woman says she has a sad heart because the rain doesn't fall anymore.
Because of the drought, because of the sandstorms, this is a new phenomenon that has manifested itself in the last couple of years. Prices are skyrocketing because of the very poor agricultural production, and people do not have enough food to eat. They do not have enough money to have access to the food.
Madagascar's president among the African leaders calling on wealthier nations to do more to help vulnerable countries during COP26 this week. The conference runs until November 12th. Melissa Duggan, City News.